Is your style stuck in a rut? If you're tired of wearing the same baggy, frumpy clothes, then what you need is a little help to jumpstart your style. Drab to Fab is my brand new program created for the busy woman just like you who needs a wardrobe win. If you're tired of feeling defeated every time you set foot in your closet, then I have just the thing. Drab to Fab isn't about helping you create a whole new wardrobe or a long, drawn-out strategy. I'm not here to teach you that just yet. What you need is a little style success and fast. I want you to feel fabulous and start your day looking put together and feeling confident. In Drab to Fab, I share with you the strategies that have worked for thousands of women just like you to bust out of a rut and feel like themselves again. Stop stressing about clothes that aren't even right for you. Discover what it feels like to get dressed in just a few minutes every day and make your morning a time you look forward to. For less than $50, get ready to look forward to getting dressed every single morning. Click the link in the show notes to sign up for Drab to Fab today and get ready to take your wardrobe from drabulous to fabulous. Welcome to Style by Mary Michelle, a podcast designed to empower you through personal style. I'm your host, Mary Michelle Nidifer, a master style coach, founder of Style Finder Boutique, and creator of the Style Finder ID system. I'm here to help you know what to wear, how to wear it, and how to get dressed in 7 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome back. I am delighted to be with you again today, and we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And really, it is a big part of my story, my journey. And so I'm going to be sharing a lot of, how I got into style and how I worked to overcome probably 35 years. Well, maybe not 35 years, but it felt like 35 years of negative self-talk. And I'm going to share with you some tips to help you turn self-loathing into self-love. Now, why does self-love matter? Well, self-love is probably the most important thing that you can have, because unless you love yourself, you can't really truly love other people. And I learned that, I think, in my first marriage. It was not the best marriage, and we're not going to dive into that today. But let's just say that since I have gone through a divorce years ago and been remarried, actually before I was remarried, I went on a journey to learn to love myself. And it took a while. It didn't necessarily come easily. And so if you're thinking, well, I don't love myself, or I think I do love myself, but I'm not sure, it's worth it. You are worth it. And I think that when we can take the time to honor and love ourselves, everything changes. How we see everything will just completely change. But today, I want to share with you really some tips to help you get out of the self-loathing, because so many women have been telling me really since I've been a style coach forever ago, but so many women talk about what's wrong with them, what they think is wrong with them. In my opinion, there's nothing ever wrong with you or them or anybody else. But as women, we're our own worst critics, right? I know I was for many, many years, and I didn't need anybody to criticize me because I was criticizing myself in such a negative way. And about my weight, I grew up attaching my self-worth to the number on the scale. And that is a very bad place to be, because if your self-worth is attached to anything external, a number, an age, anything, then you are at the whims of that number. And or I should say, you're at the whims of what you make that number mean. But that's really the gist of it. It's what you make it mean. And you could get on the scale and it could be 10 pounds heavier, and you could make it mean that I've been enjoying my life. And I loved traveling and eating my way through Europe, or I loved celebrating with friends. And so, yes, I'm a few pounds heavier, but I enjoyed every bite of it. It's all about what you make it mean. But as women, we are definitely our own worst critics. Women, honestly, especially at my age, for the most part, we lift each other up. There are always exceptions, but what I've found is that as our own worst critics, we're criticizing ourselves and what we think is wrong, but we're also comparing ourselves to others. I did that for many, many years. I would compare myself to everybody, my sister, my friends. Am I prettier? Is she prettier? Am I thinner? Is she thinner? That was a really, really, really bad negative place to be. And it took a while to overcome that, but I'm going to share with you some tips that helped me to get on the right path and that really honestly changed my life. I like to say that I gave myself a makeover from the inside out. And now that is actually what I'm stepping into with my clients. This month in February, this is the last month I'm going to be offering my Style Finder 101 package, either virtually or in person. And it's time, when you just hit a point in your journey and you feel like I have so much more to offer to my clients. And so the way I'm working with my clients now is to really work on the inside as well as the outside, the mindset, because it's what you say to yourself and how you feel about yourself that create your reality. It's your self-image. And you could let things hold you back, or you could let things just be. And you could succeed no matter what. You could be beautiful in a minute, in a moment. And all it takes is a shift in your perspective. Now, it's interesting because I'm in my 50s and I have had some breakouts this week. I don't know if you've ever had that. But looking in the mirror, and I remember when I was younger, it brought up some things for me. When I was younger, my skin would break out and I would just get so upset about it. And I would think, I would just become so hyper focused on it. I would think, I don't look good. I don't look pretty. People are going to think, I've got a zit. Who cares? You know what? I'm like, it's got some dry. It's weird because it's like dry skin, but then it's broken out. So I don't know what's going on. Hormones, I guess. But I'm not going to say I don't care, but I'm like, you know what? Life goes on. Fix it, feature it, or forget about it. Like one of my speech coaches said years ago. And, I'll feature it. Yes, I have some breakouts today and it's okay. I love myself anyway. But I think it's when you can accept yourself, warts and all, zits and all, cellulite and all. That's the beauty of it. Because guess what? We're human and it's part of the human experience. We're not meant to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect. And if we ever, ever, ever hold ourselves to the standard of perfection, we are always going to be disappointed. I think I used to hold myself to a standard of what I considered perfection. I remember growing up reading teen magazine and loved that magazine. Christy Brinkley. In fact, a friend of mine and I were talking about Christy Brinkley the other night. She was such a great role model. And Kathy Ireland and Cheryl Tiegs. Those were the models of my day, and they were all gorgeous. But I remember seeing an ad in the back of one of those magazines one time, and it said, be a model or just look like one. And I thought, I could look like one of them? How cool is that? Which one? Like Christy Brinkley. Okay, I want to look like Christy Brinkley. And I didn't realize that what it was saying is that you can just look like a model looking like yourself. That to me wasn't an option. It was like, I felt like I had to look like something different from what I was to be a model or to look like a model and anyway, it was just a whole, I had such a messed up perspective when I was younger. But I want to help you as you go through life and start to notice age, weight, size. What's your hot button issue? Everybody has one. And it's so interesting because so many women who come into the boutique, they're triggered by another birthday, or they have to go up a size, or they have to go down a size. And it can really, well, usually nobody's upset about going down a size, but if you have to go up a size, some women get really upset. And I'm like, it's just a number. And if you had any idea how inconsistent the clothing industry is in their sizing, it really doesn't matter. I always tell clients, cut the tag out. If you don't like the size that you're wearing, cut the tag out and nobody will ever know. All they'll know is that you look amazing. So I want to help you to reframe, to get a reframe, to turn that self-loathing into self-love, because I hear far too many women coming in or talking or, just expressing things on social media about how they're disappointed with themselves. We tend to focus on the negative, on what we perceive as wrong or flaws. I tell my clients, when I work with clients, like, there are no flaws. There are considerations. There are things that we need to take into account, such as where you're largest or fit issues, but it's only to be able to get the right fit. It's not with any kind of a judgment. And so when you can step away from the judgment and start to reframe, it can truly change your energy. It can change your perspective. It can change your confidence, and it changes how you show up in the world. Because think about this. If you get dressed and you walk out of the house and you're thinking to yourself, my thighs look huge today, or I have cellulite, or my hair looks awful, or my skin's broken out, or whatever, and you make it mean that you're not worthy, or that you're less than, or that you can't look your best, that's where the trouble starts. It's what you make that mean. And when you focus on it and you berate yourself for gaining 5 pounds and your jeans are a little tight, there goes your energy. There goes your confidence. There goes your self-esteem. And so next time you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and think, wow, my hips and thighs look huge, I want you to turn around and create a statement of gratitude. Stop yourself. I want you to just start noticing. Just go through a day and start noticing. What are you saying to yourself? When you first get up and look in the mirror, what do you say to yourself? Hey, you're looking good today. Or, I see more wrinkles. What are you saying to yourself? Hey, I'm grateful to be alive. I get to make a difference for somebody. Or, oh, my body aches. I didn't get enough sleep. What are you saying to yourself every day? Because what you're saying to yourself is going to keep you small, or it's going to allow you to expand and grow and live a beautiful life. So one thing that really shifted for me, I will tell you, I will give you the short version of the story, but in a nutshell, I have a beautiful child, and they are 18, and they're actually transgendered. Their name is Ivy, and they go by something else, but they told me I could still call them Ivy. So it's been challenging for me to get used to those pronouns, but it just is. And I love them and enjoy spending time with them and support them in their journey. Even though, and I tell them, if I call you her or this, whatever, I'm trying to be respectful. I love you for who you are, and whatever your choices are, then, I will support you. So that's been a whole other journey. But when I first gave birth to Ivy 18 years ago, then I was 35, and I had gone through a probably 20 plus years of really, really, maybe 25 years of really negative self-talk. I think it started when I was about 10 or 11, which is really, really sad to me. But it just, I internalized a lot of different things, and I made them mean that I was wrong or I was unworthy. And then as I became a mother, I was saying negative things to myself every day. I'd look in the mirror, oh, you look fat today. Oh, you better not eat that. You better stop. You might want to just eat one slice of pizza. I would just berate myself mentally all day long, and it just chipped away at my confidence. I did not have a lot of self-esteem, and it caused a lot of problems. I did not think very highly of myself. I did not love myself. I thought I did. I didn't really know what it meant, really. Didn't know what it meant to love myself. But what happened is that when I came home from the hospital, I was so excited to give birth to Ivy. And when I came home from the hospital, I had gained 50 pounds. I think I've talked about this before, but I'd gained 50 pounds. I just kind of took it as a license to eat. And I loved food, especially Girl Scout Thin Mints, which is something that I didn't normally eat. But I thought, well, hey, I'm going to have a baby. I can just eat whatever I want. And I did. But I would eat a sleeve of Thin Mints at a time. So I gained 50 pounds with her. I tipped the scales over 200, which that was a first for me. But I remember coming home from the hospital, I was getting ready to take a shower, and I was bracing myself. I really was, because I gave natural childbirth, had a healthy baby, but I was bracing myself because my body didn't bounce back the way it normally had. or the way I thought it might. I shouldn't say normally had. I'd never had a baby before, but my body didn't just bounce back. You who've had a baby, it takes a while. And I was breastfeeding, but it's still, my body still hung on I don't know, probably 10, 15 pounds for a while. But I was bracing myself to look in the mirror, and I was getting ready to highly, highly criticize myself. And I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. It was divine intervention. And God spoke to me and said, no, you're not going here today. And I looked in the mirror, and I just remember in that moment, this feeling of, I am so grateful to my body for giving birth to her. I am so grateful that I have two arms that I can hold her and take care of her. And I'm going to cry, but it just filled me with so much gratitude. And in that moment, I realized that I had been saying all these negative things to myself. And I wasn't focused on what was positive. I wasn't focused on the fact that my body could give birth to another human being, that I could help somebody, that I could hug somebody, that I could make a difference for somebody. And I wasn't focusing on my worth. I was so busy beating myself up and keeping myself small that it held me back. It kept me so distant from so many people. And it really kind of traumatized me in a way. But I think in that moment, when I turned the gratitude, or when I turned the self-loathing into gratitude, it was just this pivotal moment. And I just remember feeling like, where did that come from? But I like this. I want more. And then it was just this shift. Now, this is way before I had really read any books on mindset or the power of positive thinking or affirmations or anything. And it just came to me. And I looked in the mirror and I said, okay, what am I grateful for? And I was grateful for my body. And then I was grateful for my hands. And I was grateful for that I could care for my child and breastfeed my child. And I did natural childbirth. And, I just really started giving myself this flood of compliments and gratitude, a flood of gratitude, really, for what my body was able to achieve. Because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And from there, I just made a promise to myself. I do not want my child to grow up saying negative things to themselves like I did. Now, Ivy, I will be honest, Ivy has struggled with some anxiety and some depression and some other things, but whatever happened, it's not my issues. It's her issues. And she has her own path to walk. But she did not pick up those issues from me because I healed those before she was old enough to really know better. But what happened after that? That is really where the transformation began. And so every day when I would wake up and look into the mirror, I would ask myself, okay, what do I love about myself today? And some days I would get up and I'm like, ooh, ready to say something negative. No. Oh no. I would catch myself. Time for a reframe. Time for a reframe. It starts with a self-awareness, just being aware. What are you saying to yourself? And it's just that split second thought when you look in the mirror, like, ooh, who's that? Ooh, look at those wrinkles. No, look in the mirror and say, ooh, I earned those wrinkles. You know what? Wrinkles, I'm going to give you a whole total reframe. If you're worried about wrinkles, you cannot buy wrinkles, right? You have to earn them. You have to earn them. Let that soak in, because really, wrinkles are a badge of honor. You've lived long enough to have wrinkles. How cool is that? Chances are you know somebody who hasn't. Chances are you've had someone in your life who their life was cut far too short, too soon. I know I have. My dad passed away at 49. And so I think that for me was a real reframe. So when I look in the mirror and I see my gray hair and I see my wrinkles, I'm grateful that I'm here to have those. I'm grateful that I get these years that he didn't even have. And so it all is in your perspective. So I want to encourage you, when you look in the mirror, to say something beautiful to yourself. And start where you are. If you look in the mirror and you think, oh, I just can't find anything good about myself. Well, are you a good friend? Can you do something kind for someone? Are you a good mother, wife, daughter, sister, boss? Start there. Start where you are. And then every day, look in the mirror and say something to lift yourself up. If you catch yourself saying, ooh, you look a little heavy today, refocus. Okay, what looks great about me today? What do I love about myself? Because here's the trick. When you start focusing on the positive, that is what grows. That's what you just get more of. When you're focused on your beautiful flowing hair, it's like telling the universe, more please. And that keeps your hair beautiful and long and flowing and keeps you focused on it and helps you to start wearing things that are playing it up. And then people are going to look at you and go, wow, your hair looks amazing. Why, thank you. Thank you. And so the other thing I started doing was wearing something to play up one of my features. And this was before I became a style coach, but this is really why I became a style coach, because I saw the power of personal style. I saw how powerful what we wear can be. And when I would put something on that would play my hair up, and just people would start to notice. And it just was so amazing to me. Like, oh, okay, great. Like, and then you start getting compliments. You put something on that you like and you start getting compliments. You just feel empowered. You feel like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I like what I'm wearing. I'm liking who I am. I'm feeling better about myself. And it's just this cycle that gets you out of that negative thinking. And so I want to encourage you, go look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I grateful for? What can I love about myself? What do I want to play up? And then I encourage you to create a mantra for yourself. It could be the same one every day, or it could be something different. Maybe instead of looking in the mirror, or if you are encouraged, if you look in the mirror and say something negative about your weight, about your hips, your thighs, reframe that. What if you say, I'm grateful for my hips and thighs that have allowed me to have beautiful children, dance the night away, run a marathon. Think about that. Your body has carried you through so much. And we demand a lot of our bodies, right? Your body is there for you. And so when you can have gratitude for that, that changes everything. So create a mantra around that and embrace your mantra every day. Write it down. Maybe you place it where you can see it, put it on your phone, put it on your screensaver, put it on your refrigerator, your mirror in the bathroom. And when you see it, you say it to yourself. If you've ever come in Style Finder Boutique, you know we have affirmations in the fitting rooms that say things like, I am beautiful, I am strong, I'm courageous, I am amazing, I am magnificent. And they're phrased in the I am because I want you thinking that. When you read those, I want you thinking, I am. So when you have your I am statements, that's powerful. That speaks so much to help you see yourself in a beautiful and positive way. But if you're not using it properly, you can say negative things to yourself. But you really, whatever you're saying with your I am statements, it's what you internalize. It's who you become. And so use your words carefully and choose your words wisely, because what you speak to yourself creates your self-image. When you look at yourself and say, yeah, girl, you look amazing today, you're going to have a fabulous day. That's awesome. But start where you are. And if the best you can come up with is, wow, you did a really nice thing for someone yesterday. You're such a great friend to have sent your friend flowers, picked her up for dinner, taken her to her appointment, walked her dog. Find something small to appreciate about yourself. And that is going to change everything for you. And once you can start saying something beautiful to yourself, then I want you to pick one thing every day to focus on, one thing about yourself physically. And so when you do, maybe you say it's your hair or it's your smile or it's your eyes or it's your legs or it's your hands, then what I want you to do is use this as the focal point of your outfit. This is where style can really, really make a difference. Everything you wear should support you in playing up this one element to the hilt and help you to look great. So here are a few suggestions. If your long flowing hair is your best asset, try wearing a metallic jacket or top in your hair color to make it look more luxurious. It's an instant remedy for a bad hair day. I kid you not. People come up and go, wow, your hair looks great, even if you need to have it done. Don't tell them you need to have it done. Just say, thank you, and soak it in. If your eyes are your best asset, play them up by wearing your eye color, either in your top, your jacket, your jewelry, and you will put all eyes on you. If your legs are your best asset, treat yourself to some beautiful heels, or smooth on some lotion, or wear some skinny jeans, or a gorgeous skirt, and step into the spotlight. Show them off. Look at Tina Turner. She's 80 something now? She's still showing off those gorgeous legs. If your smile is your best feature, wear a gorgeous shade of lipstick and do something that makes you really happy so that you can't help but smile. If your curves are your best asset, wear a figure-flattering dress that hugs you in all the right places and is in one of your best colors. Can you say bombshell? Absolutely. If you're proud of your well-defined waist, opt for a style that brings emphasis to the waist. A fitted top, a belt, or a wrap dress to give your hourglass figure a little extra definition. Even a bold-colored handbag can draw attention to your waist. So you're on a roll. Get on a roll. Make it a thing every day. This is truly what transformed my life and helped me go from self-loathing to self-love. It didn't happen overnight, but typically change is the result of small steps done consistently. And when you can wake up every day and find something beautiful about yourself, and then you play that up with your clothes so others can see it, and then you start fielding those compliments, it just fuels you. It helps you to know, hey, that's how I'm showing up in the world. I'm showing up in a beautiful, powerful, positive way. And you know what? You are going to make a difference for somebody else, because somebody else is going to see you and go, wow, look at her. That's awesome. I can do that too. So go be the inspiration for somebody else today, but go inspire yourself first, because looking gorgeous is never about being perfect, but it's about celebrating who you are and embracing what makes you unique. And remember, it's what makes you unique that makes you beautiful. So go play it up to the hilt and shine your light, because you are truly beautiful. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I love you, ladies, and I hope that you will all love yourselves a little bit more this week. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Style by Mary Michelle, where women come to get dressed in 7 minutes or less. If you enjoyed this podcast, I invite you to leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or wherever you're listening. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Style by Mary Michelle, and shop our boutique at shopstylefinder.com for the best in upscale casual apparel. Better yet, if you're in the Raleigh area, come see us. We're located in the North Hills Shopping Center, the premier shopping district in Midtown Raleigh. For details and links mentioned in this episode, be sure to see the show notes. Have a beautiful week.